In this video, we're going over 1963 Washington quarters that you don't want to miss. But up first, we have a Denver-issued Washington quarter that sold for $2,880. You can tell that it is a Denver-issued coin by looking at the D mint mark on the back bottom center of the coin. Now, PCGS graded this coin at a mint state 67, and it has a CAC sticker. So when it comes to grading your coin, 70 is the highest achievable grade. It's one that everyone wants, but not many people are able to achieve. A lot of people will watch our videos and think, man, I can just go ahead and submit my coin to get graded and I'm going to get that very high grade of a 70. That is not the reality unless you have a brand new proof type coin. Those do tend to grade very well at the 70 grade. However, these older mint state issued coins tend to not grade as nicely, but still, a 67 is an incredibly high grade for this coin. And also, like I said, it has a CAC sticker, which is an additional third party that looks at the coin in the holder after it is graded. Their company will give a sticker if they think that the coin was accurately graded. It may seem silly, but that CAC sticker will dramatically increase the value of the coin. So once again, $2,880. And up next, we have another coin. It is a Denver issued coin once again. It sold for $3,360. And as you can see right away, there is this tarnished looking color on the bottom side of the coin. It has this reddish orange yellow color going on with it. Now that appearance that you see right there is called toning. Toning is a naturally occurring oxidation process that happens where the coin is stored. The air is going to react with the metals in the coin, causing a discolored look. Toning is either going to increase or decrease the value of the coin based upon eye appeal and what a collector is willing to pay. This one got a 67 plus designation by PCGS, which means the grade is really nice, but not quite enough for the 68 grade, and that plus sign will increase the value. Once again, $3,360. We are moving into Philadelphia issued coins. So the way that you can see if you have a Philadelphia issued Washington quarter is by looking for a mint mark. If you do not see a mint mark anywhere at all, there is a very high probability that you have a Philadelphia issued coin. Now, I'd never speak in absolutes because there are very rare instances where having no mint mark doesn't always correlate to having a Philadelphia issued coin. Now remember, you can have a coin minted at the Denver Mint, the Philadelphia Mint, or the San Francisco Mint most of the time. Those are the most popular mints in the United States. But as you can see in this example, it did get a 67 by NGC, and typically Philadelphia is going to issue more coins than Denver and San Francisco. This coin sold for $372. What in the world? Look at this coin. $2,160 for this 1963 25-cent Washington quarter, graded by PCGS at a mint state 67. Now, the first thing that you're going to notice is that crazy toning going on. You got to be careful because there are people out there that are going to artificially tone coins. Unfortunately, they'll see a video like ours and say, wow, I am a chemist. I know how to manipulate chemicals to make it so this sort of metal will turn a certain color, and then they try to sell it for a lot of money. If a deal is too good to be true, remember, it probably is. So be careful whenever buying or selling coins out there, guys. Do your own homework and research. But this coin, which was graded by PCGS at a mint state 67, sold for $2,160. All right, up next, we have a 1963 25-cent Washington quarter graded by PCGS at a mint state 67 plus. This beautifully toned coin sold for $8,400. What a nice payday for this coin. Now remember, market timing is very important on these coins as well. Depending on when you sell your coin can be just as important as many other factors. Now this coin right here got the 67 plus grade. It's a very high grade for this coin. It does have the nice toning that we do see on this coin as well. Very beautiful overall, and that is why it sold for $8,400. Now we are going to shift into a beautiful coin here. Look at the non-toned features on this coin. Just a very good looking silver coin. This is a Philadelphia issued coin graded by NGC at a mint state 67 plus. Now something on this coin is what we have, which is called a double die obverse. So a DDO, obverse means the front of the coin, but essentially the die that strikes the coins was accidentally doubled during the creation of the die. The coin is not being struck twice, but the die that is striking the coin when it was being created got struck twice. So hopefully that makes sense. But essentially, this coin that has a DDO was graded by NGC at a mint state 67 plus, and it sold for $1,690. $180. Now here we are talking about a rare type of coin. So I'll try to make this as brief and to the point as possible. Essentially, the type that you really want to have in your collection is a type B. And the reason for that is because it is a proof reverse used on a business strike coin by mistake. So most notably, you're going to have this between 1956 and 1964. In this case, we have it on the 1963. Overall, you're going to have a sharper detail on the coin, and you can see it states between the E and the S, there's a bit of a space there. When you get to the dollar, the A is touching the leaf. That is a really good indicator. And then also the tip of the arrow is kind of in alignment with the top area of that leaf. So if you were to draw a line at the top of that leaf and go straight across, the tip of the arrows are all going to be below that tip. But if you look at the A and the C, the tip of the arrow is kind of on the top area of the coin. The type B is definitely the one that you want to have in your collection. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for the type B reverse on the 1963. This NGC graded mint state 67 sold for $1,020. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button. We hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.